Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today is my opportunity to say thank you to the YouTube community and to my loyal and wonderful and amazing subscribers. I have reached 500 and that is huge for me because I did take a considerable amount of time away from BookTube during my pregnancy and the first few months of being a mother. And I was overwhelmed by the number of subscribers who stuck around during that period, who didn't just immediately unsubscribe to me when I stopped putting out new content. So thank you to those of you who are here from back when. And thank you to those of you who have recently found my channel and chosen to subscribe. You have helped me get to 500. I've chosen a different way to sort of give back to you guys, and that is by highlighting 5 other YouTubers under 500 subscribers in an effort to not only point my subscribers in the direction of people who might be similar to me, but also to help other people in the community reach their goals, whatever they may be. So I'm going to get to that in a minute. But first, there's something else that I want to discuss, something a little bit more serious, but I think this is a great opportunity to do so. My husband and I are huge music fans, and one of our favorite things to do is go to concerts. We recently went to see Volbeat and Godsmack in concert. And Godsmack is one of my husband's favorite bands. They've been making music for about 25 years. You know, I'm a fan. In fact, thanks to the lead singer of Godsmack, Sully Erna, I was inspired to name one of my children. While we were at the show, Sully Erna revealed something that I was unaware of. He has recently started a foundation, a charitable foundation, aimed at destigmatizing the mental health issues associated with some of the more traumatizing events in our lives. This is certainly something that strikes a chord with me. I have struggled with my own mental health for 20 years. So, you know, this is something I don't talk about a lot on this channel, but it's something that lives very close to the surface for me. And I was really excited to hear Sully Erna and Godsmack taking on this issue. The foundation is called the Scars Foundation. And what's great about it is that it takes all of the research and decision making from those of us who want to do something but don't really know where to start or the best way to help. We can donate to the Scars Foundation, and the Scars Foundation researches and works with other charitable organizations dealing with these issues: depression, anxiety, PTSD, suicide prevention, bullying, all of those hot button issues right now. And we'll channel funds to only organizations that have a stellar track record in having an effect on these issues. And I think that it's great. I just think that the Scars Foundation is great for that reason, and also great in its message, which is that we are all imperfectly perfect, and that if we can destigmatize the things that we are ashamed of and instead embrace the vulnerability associated with sharing those things and showing those things to the world, that we'll discover that that makes us unique. And while it's unfortunate that we have to do so, that embracing those things instead of hiding those things will show others that they're not something to be ashamed of. If that makes any sense. I will absolutely link all the information I have about the Scars Foundation in the description box below. But I wanted to talk about it. I wanted to highlight it. I have a very small platform. My message is not going to be spread very far, but I do want to do my part. I do want to come out and tell you guys that I have every intention of keeping this foundation at the forefront of my social intentions. When I decide what I can do and when I can do it, the Scars Foundation is more than likely going to be something that I choose to focus on or give to or what have you. Currently, if you do donate to the Scars Foundation, you will receive a free download of Godsmack's single Under Your Scars, which was written purposefully for this project. Now on to giving back to this community in particular for helping me get to 500 subscribers. I want to tell you guys about 5 incredibly awesome booktubers currently under 500 subscribers. Let's get them to where I am by showing them some support and some love. This isn't an exercise in futility. I really think that you guys could enjoy these booktubers if you enjoy my channel. These are all booktubers that I also discovered recently, but that I'm really getting a kick out of watching and in some cases getting to know better. First is Angie Rose Nomad. Angie won me over when I heard her talking about true crime. True crime isn't something that I have a ton of experience with, and I'm not sure that I've talked about it much on this channel, but it is definitely something that I want to get into more. And what better way to do that than to have somebody who is a fan of true crime in my ear giving me recommendations. There are a lot of books that Angie talks about that I have on my TBR shelf, or a couple of books that I've seen in her hauls that I have on my TBR shelf, but neither of us have read them yet. And also Angie is very funny. I really just enjoy watching her talk about books. Also recently discovered and fairly new to BookTube is Keisha from Mom Wife Bookish Life. She is, well, she reads a little bit of everything, but I mean, she does talk about thrillers and mystery. She does talk about mystery thrillers and suspense and even a little bit of horror. She's beautiful. She's smart. She's down to earth. She's another booktuber that I really enjoy just watching, regardless of what she is talking about. And I really appreciate that she's very honest. She comes off as someone who will definitely keep it real and not put on any sort of fake or false persona for her channel, her videos, or her opinions on books. So definitely check out Keisha at Mom Wife Bookish Life. Next is Joni at Joni Reads. She is primarily a horror fan with a specific focus on all things Stephen King. I find Joni to be really refreshing because at first glance you might not expect her to be an avid horror reader, especially since she's young and from the Harry Potter sort of generation. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that, but I found in my kind of experience or pattern recognition of booktubers in general that diehard Harry Potter fans or just people who grew up with Harry Potter being a real influence in their reading lives, that they gravitate more towards fantasy. And so I just find her unique and really love her loyalty or dedication to the big name horror writers as well as Anya Alborn, for example. So definitely go check Joni out if you are a horror fan, especially if you have read a lot of Stephen King and have opinions about Stephen King. I don't. I guess that's the one area where I don't have that in common with Joni, but absolutely I would trust her opinion on which Stephen King books to read when I intend to tackle that particular mountain. Next, I think you guys definitely need to check out Jacqueline at Weeby Bookin'. This is a booktuber that I discovered when I was looking for other reviews of a book that I'd read kind of recently, The Stillwater Girls. And I have to say that Jacqueline and I don't really agree on books. We read the same kind of books, But, you know, I hated the Stillwater Girls. She loved it. I hated Birthday Girl. She loved it. And that's awesome. Of course, I have a ton of booktubers that I follow that I really trust their opinions and reviews on books because our tastes are so in line. That's not at all the case with Jacqueline at We Be Bookin'. We definitely disagree. Not to each other, but just the reviews that I post and the reviews that she posts are definitely not in line. They're not similar. And that is as valuable to me as finding booktubers that agree with me. I don't want everybody to agree with me, both in the booktubers I watch and the subscribers that I have. I think that that's dangerous. I think if you surround yourself entirely with people who agree with you all the time, then how do you ever challenge your own opinions and beliefs about anything? And we're not just talking about books. I mean, anything. So anyways, I have really enjoyed watching Jacqueline talk about books. She, again, reads primarily thrillers, but genre fiction, just like I do. Obviously, Birthday Girl is a romance novel. So check her out. She comes across as very sophisticated and knowledgeable and really good at this BookTube thing. So I see great things in her future. And last but absolutely certainly not least, if you have time, stop by the channel What Everyone Else Is Reading. This is another booktuber that I found very recently, and she is UK based and reads thriller, horror, a little bit of YA. I've mostly just watched, obviously, videos on thriller and horror, but she puts them out all the time and is great at list videos where you want to hear about 5 different thrillers at one time, whether it's a haul or it's some common thread that these, or some aspect that these books have in common. She does a lot of readathons, bless her heart. I can't do those. I really enjoyed her favorite thriller covers video. She also has, I'm looking at it over here, 5 thriller tropes she hates, 5 thriller tropes she loves, and of course all of the famous BookTube standards, tags, hauls, wrap-ups, etc. But she's very soft-spoken and very just calm and soothing. I don't know, like she's talking about thriller and horror, but it's just very easy to listen to her and it's relaxing to listen to her. And I've had great experiences doing so in the couple of months that her channel has been on my radar. And let's face it, I mean, those of us in America know the power of a good accent, and that adds to her charm and appeal as well. I don't want to steal from her per se, but there are a lot of types of videos that she makes that I would like to make, like the ones that I mentioned, where, you know, I'm listing books. She's just way more well-read. Like she comes off as very well-read in the primary genre that I love. I will leave all of these booktubers down in the description box. Visit their channels. Check out the content that they've created. I promise that when we hit 1K, I'll do something a little flashier, maybe a Q&A, because I have never done one, but I want to have enough subscribers that I get enough questions, etc., to make it actually interesting. As a side note, they have 480 subscriptions on YouTube, so when I sit down to mention 5, that is by no means an exhaustive list of those that I enjoy or find interesting or find worthy of my time. But these are, again, specifically other booktubers that I think my subscribers would enjoy, and other booktubers that are under 500 subscribers that deserve more than that. They definitely deserve more subscribers than that. So remember what I said about Sully Erna's The Scars Foundation. That information is also linked down below. Help the foundation out and spread the word to other people that you know. And let's see if we can destigmatize all of these things that we spend way too much time feeling bad about. I think that is an amazing concept and idea, and you know, let's stop talking about it and let's start doing it. So thank you so much for watching. I promise to see you all very soon.